Well, hey there. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. It's that time of the year again, huh? All the pink and the frills and the candy, the chocolates and the roses, cards everywhere, commercials on the radio, TV, YouTube. Just can't get away from it. Valentine's Day. Can I let you in on a secret, just between us? I hate Valentine's Day, honestly. Part of it's because I don't feel love should be commercialized. I don't think a person needs one special day to do or get or even say sweet things for their loved one. But I also hate it because it's a massive month-long reminder being shoved in my face that I am single. I try not to be bitter about other people being happy and in love. Sometimes I even succeed. But it got me thinking this year. As I go into another Valentine's Day, there's a difference, and that's the fact that I have a channel where I pretend to know what I'm talking about regarding different subjects. A channel where, potentially, there are people listening who have it rough this time of year. And so I thought I might try and say something uplifting. See if I can't help someone feel a little better. There's this big push to be in a relationship, certainly in America, but I think it's true all over the world as well. If you don't have a relationship, if you're alone, it's seen as though you have something to be ashamed of. This is true when you're young and in school, but also when you're older and more established in life. People tend to have this underlying attitude of, what's wrong with them that they can't get a date? You can insert whatever appropriate term applies for you, but the sentiment remains the same. Somehow, you're lesser for being single. Now, I've been single for most of my life, and I'll leave the details out of it, but suffice it to say that I've never had someone to spend a Valentine's Day with. Relationships have never lined up like that. Not only have I had to deal with other people's opinions to drag me down, but also my own. Some years I believe those opinions more than others. But I want to tell you something. You're not unlovable. Just because you're single now, or single for years, or perhaps single your whole life, it doesn't mean you're incapable of loving. Nor does it mean you're incapable of being loved. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not some heartless ogre. And you're not ugly. This one's very hard to keep in mind, given how there are such exacting standards for what is and what isn't good looking these days. A certain height, a certain weight, certain hairstyles, certain body types, certain proportions. Age can even play a part. Don't look at models or famous people as examples of what you should be. No matter what you look like or what you think you look like, there are people who will think you're gorgeous. And you're not too poor. In all the glitz and the glamour, and in between all this talk of diamonds, and high-class restaurants and vacations, it's easy to think that you just don't make enough for someone to love you. And that's not true. You don't have to make a certain amount of money to be attractive. It's okay if you're frugal. It's okay if your job is minimum wage. It's okay if your job is below minimum wage. What matters is the person that you are. If someone puts more importance on the contents of your bank account than the contents of your heart and your mind, they're not right for you. And it's okay if you're a virgin, just as it's okay if you're not a virgin. There's no set amount of experience a person has to have. People will say awful things about someone who's never had sex, just as they'll say awful things about someone who has. Your sexual experience doesn't mean you're lesser than other people. However much or little you have is nothing to be ashamed of. Don't let a bunch of porn-consuming goons degrade you for that. And ultimately, there are a lot of reasons why people are single. Whichever reason is yours, you're not less than people in a relationship. Maybe you haven't met the right person. Maybe you've been hurt before. Maybe you're scared of putting yourself out there. Maybe you think you have something to be ashamed of. But I can tell you right now that if you want to meet someone, you will have to be brave. You'll have to be willing to get hurt. You'll have to be ready for cruel comments. And you'll have to put in time and effort. But so long as you don't give up, so long as you don't compromise who you are as a person, you'll find someone eventually. The truth is that other people are just as scared of going out and getting hurt as you are. So, chin up. I believe in you. Maybe this Valentine's Day isn't for you, but who's to say what can happen between now and the next one? And if you do feel there's something you should work on before you date, do it for yourself, not because someone told you it will improve your chances. Be confident in yourself. I'm proud of you for taking the risk. And I'll see you later.